Welcome. So obviously, the first thing you do, you log in. My stuff's already saved there because I log in every second of every day. First thing that I'm going to do is change my layout to light because I absolutely hate the dark layout. And for this tutorial, I would prefer that you do that too. You can change it back at the end. I'll show you how. So obviously here we have the news that's posted a lot, whatever. So when you log in every day, you're going to want to start by going to Games and Kyber Crafting. On this page, you're not going to see the same page. You're going to have to scroll down, and at the bottom there's a button that says Craft Item for NPC. You're going to want to click that button. When you click it, it'll give you 2N, or energy. And obviously your energy is your currency. That's what you use to buy things. You come back every day, you press a button, and you get 2 more energy. And it shows you how many days left. When you finish crafting the item, you'll have to click the craft item for NPC button again. Yeah. You don't actually get the item though. It's really disappointing. Then you're going to go to Luck and Timing. Games, Luck and Timing. There'll be a button right here that says Receive Free Energy or something close to that. You get 11 to 20 energy every day. It varies. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go to your laboratory, click Engineered Eggs. You're going to have 6 eggs there, and they're all going to be Felidae. They're going to be 3 male and 3 female. And these are your cats. I'm going to start clicking the egg and scrolling down. Since I already know what I want, what markings I want, I'm going to put them in and move on. I'll tell you when to pause the video. So you scroll through the list of markings, try some out before you actually decide. Markings are in hex codes. I know from my computer at least, just by picking your color, it doesn't work. You have to copy and paste the hex code into the slot. And you click Preview Changes to see what colors. I already know that I want mine to have accents and lizard. I want the lizard to be black and the accents to be... Oh, colors do I have already? Let's try a nice blue. See what that looks like. Give it a second. Yeah, there we go. I don't really like the color, so I'm going to go back and change it. Oh gosh, I don't know. Well, let's do a teal. That's a nice, good color. I already have a green one, I already have a blue one, now I have a teal one. Yeah, that looks great. You are going to want to change the eye color. I know that may not be such big of a deal right now, but later on in the game, the offspring of your cats will be worth a lot more if you change the eye color and the nose color. People don't like to see repetition. They like to see something unique. See, I didn't copy and paste my colors. Or sometimes I'll just type them in. So I recommend you pause the video now, come up with some patterns you like, and only make one cat for now. Okay, now that you have created, you've got a design you like, you're going to click Hatch Feely. It's going to show you your cat once it loads. Once it loads, yeah, no, not gonna load. Come on. Well, anyway, I know, okay, here we go. Okay, that's what I want it to look like. So I'm going to click confirm. Are you sure? Yes, I am sure. And there you go. Because I created a female cat, its name is Molly. All female cats have the name of Molly when you first create them. So you can see, you can edit your cat's info down here. And I want to give my cat a name. I don't know, what do I want to name her? And this is the most challenging part. Let's name her. Her name's going to be Bear. Yeah, creative, I know. 3 letters. Okay, let's talk about the page. Obviously, all your stats about your cat are over here. Start with the gender, the species. In italics is what species your cat is. I believe there are 9 species at the moment. The stage is how old it is. When it is 0, well, okay, the stage is how old it is, baby, adolescent, adult, and elder. Age is 1 day. All customs made are 1 day old automatically. There's no such thing as a custom that's 0 days old. 0 days old is baby. I believe, I don't know how many days there. 1 to 15 days is adolescent. Maybe 1 to 10, I'm not quite sure. And then up to 65 days is adult, and beyond 65 is an elder. Your hunting skill, we're going to talk about that later. Generation is how many parents before it were not customs. Its customs are generation 1, its children will be generation 2, its grandchildren will be generation 3, and so on and so forth. Father, mother, I believe, yeah. Phenotype is what what it looks like, and the genotype is what its genes are. So phenotype is the base, that shows the hex, the eyes shows the hex, and the nose shows the hex. The genotype is a little bit more difficult. Because it's a custom, it has no recessive genes, meaning that all of its children will for sure be a Felidae. And so it's Felidae dominant. If one of its parents was say a Xano, then it would be Felidae dominant and then Xano recessive. Then your markings show you what markings, and marking little box in the hex. You can write a little profile for it, and you always want to be sure to click save, and then you can freeze your cats, which we'll talk about a bit later too. By clicking on your name, you go to your profile. Oh look, I have cat interactions. So this tells me that one of my cats interacted with this other cat, which gave it a score of 50. When a cat has a score of 100, or I believe 95 or more, there's a chance that if they have a score of 95 or more towards another cat, then there's a chance, and the other cat is of the opposite gender, there's a chance that the other cat will get pregnant. Currently, the only way to breed 2 cats is with the breeding potion, but those are pretty expensive and not really worth it. You only get usually 1 cat from it. So by clicking on your name, it'll load. Hope you're following along with me, or at least learning. Having some issues, not wanting to load. Come on, internet, don't cut out on me now. Okay, in the meantime, I'll talk more about the interactions. No, never mind. Not really useful at all. So, you have your username, and then your ID. Oh, and to get rid of these, you just click clear notifications. Your ID is important if people want to send you things. You can type up a nice little paragraph there. The blue words underneath the user's name will tell you if they're an admin or a moderator, I think, maybe, or a user, or if they're premium. which means you pay money so you get special stuff on your account. I think it's a waste of time personally, but to each their own. This little picture here shows you if you're land or sea. I chose land. It really doesn't matter at this point. I believe later on in the game they plan to make it do something, but I don't know. Right here shows your 2 active cats, which are also up here. Your active cats, your first active cat is the one that people see around the site as your profile picture, unless you premium, and then you can upload a different profile picture. Join tells you the date that the user joined. Last seen on was when they last log in. This is if you want to send people stuff. If this is your own page, it'll show this, which is how you edit your profile. And change your password, change your email, and change your username. That's important too. And down here is where we have comments, and you can leave a comment on people's profile. And then we've got these special buttons here. So you can view a nest. And in my nest right now, I have a bunch of cats. Look at my lovely cats. Do you like my cats? I like my cats. And then if you go back and click on my cryo chamber, which are where my cats are that are frozen. My frozen cats don't age and they don't interact with each other because they're frozen. Some people have a lot of cats. I really don't. But, you know, whatever. View collection. This is kind of... That's a little more in depth. We'll get into that in a minute. You can send a private message. Not usually... People usually communicate with comments. View threads. You can see what threads people have posted on forums. Posts. See what they've posted as comments. View shop. You can see what items they have up for sale. Okay. Let's start with your laboratory. So this drop-down menu has your engineered eggs, which we already looked at, your cryo chamber, so that's where you have your frozen cats, your nest, where your unfrozen cats are. Your possessions is pretty much your inventory, where you keep all of your stuff. And I have a lot of stuff right now, because it's Halloween season, there's a lot of trick-or-treating going around. And then we'll get to a collection later. Lab designer is where you can pretend to make a cat, pretty much. And you just mess with marking combinations. The only difference is you can see all of the markings, however many there are. And you can preview up to 3 more markings for just a usual account. You can upgrade it, though. Now let's look at all the species, shall we? So we have the Felidae. We have... And the Felidae is kind of like the... And then we have the Aquas. The Felidae is kind of like the most general. I believe it was the first breed. Aquas is designed to be more of like a fish cat, I believe. I'm going to change the little lighter so you can see. The only bad thing about the Aquas is you really can't make it white. It still looks gray. The newest breed is the Scalae. And personally, it is my favorite breed. All markings, you can use all markings on any cat. It really doesn't matter. They're not going to mess up anything. There aren't breed-specific markings, pretty much. There's a Scalae. It's the newest breed. It's a lot of people's favorite right now. And then we have the Zerda. If it'll load, because it's being a poop. I don't know why it's being so slow. We have full internet connection. The Scalae was a much, okay, never mind. It was, people waited for it for a while, so we were all happy when it was released. And then this is the Zerda. A lot of people like the Zerda because it's all pretty and fluffy and so adorable and has those beautiful eyes. Yeah, I'm not buying it. We have the Chete, which is believed to be like most noble species or whatever. I don't really like the Chete or the Zerda. See, it's all fancy. And you have the Igneo. I like the Igneo. I like the Igneo a lot. They're fiery and cool. Well, you'll see. But I do like the Chede's long, fluffy tail. Oh, here's the Igneo. See the awesome fire. I believe only a few markings can actually change the color of the fire. One of them being accents. I know accents for sure changes it. I don't know what else does. But Igneos are pretty cool. The next breed is the Xano. And they're like the rarest breed at the moment, because the only way to get one is by completing your collection. The only way to get a custom one is by completing your collection. And they're low on the dominance chart, so if you like bred them with any other breed, you're going to get the other breed's kittens. You're not going to get any Xanos. And last but not least is the Eurodon. I don't really know. Some people pronounce it differently. I mean, obviously it's online, so most people don't say it. I like it. I guess I just call it the Eurodon. Eurodon? I don't know. Moving on. You have the advanced lab tools. Oh look, I have a comment on my profile. We'll get to that later. These are just kind of mess with at your own risk. You can only get them if you have a breeding score, a B score of whatever they say. It's you'll figure it out later. That's not my ideal. And then lab notes, you can leave a note. Under World, you have the main shops where you can buy things, obviously. And then you have the bank. I need to deposit some energy. So you make the transaction. Sure, yes, I'm sure. And then it deposits it. And you have, okay, let's do hunting and gathering. Hunting and gathering, I don't really do much of anymore, just because I have almost all the gathered items. So let's, oh wait, I need some energy, don't I? Sorry. Let's take out 10. Okay, let's go to the lake. So let's start out by gathering. It costs 1 energy to gather and 1 energy to hunt. So basically you click on the little spaces, and if you see something you don't have, you claim it. I'm not going to claim anything because I have everything here pretty much. You get, I believe, 20 attempts. Sorry, you can quit gathering at any time. There. And then when you get an item, let's talk about items instead. And then hunting, same deal, except you're actually hunting for meat. The meat feeds your cat. Your cats automatically feed themselves. I'm going to get rid of my notifications there. So that's pretty much hunting and gathering thing. When you want to add an item to your collection, you scroll over it, and there'll be a button that says add to collection. If you already have it in your collection, like I already have this garlic, it won't add it. Now there won't be a button to press that. There are clans that, I don't really mess with clans. New people, you don't really need to know about them. So you can create a clan, and the cats in the clan only interact with each other, I believe. I don't really know. And then mini pet battles, you can battle your mini pets, which I personally think is like the stupidest idea ever. You don't gain anything. Then there's your games. There are a bunch of different games. Not going to go through those. I already went through those. Forums under Interact. There are forums. People post on them. You can like buy stuff and stuff. I don't really use forums. Private messages, or just when people send you a message. The item market search is pretty useful if you're looking for an item. Let's say I'm looking for Shuck Buddies, because Shuck Buddies are amazing. They're expensive. It's a button click to buy. Then you have your shop, where you can adjust the prices of the items in your shop and how many are stocked. You can see the newest few that are for sale. You can also search the Feli that are for sale. Yeah, it's just excuse me, just a bunch of stuff. There's the Feli trade, the item trade. I really don't know about those that much. I mean, I don't use them. The exchange. I think this is relatively new. I don't know. Maybe not. I'm not so sure what this does. And under help and info, we have the City Hall, which is pretty much where you see your news. And if you had a shield, you could put stuff there. You can modify a shield, but it costs money. The new news will take you to the newest news that has been posted. And then the knowledge base is pretty much where you go first when you have a question that isn't answered in the tutorial. This tutorial, not my tutorial. There's a bunch of questions about breeding and such. And obviously the tutorial. A bunch of stuff for newbies like you to read. I recommend reading it. I read it and it was nice. State of the economy just tells you how rare things are. I'm not quite so sure how that works. High scores will not be implemented until December. It will show you the new high scores. But yeah, let's read some high scores. And this is where you go premium and buy orbs. Buy orbs. It's explained to the sidebar over here. This obviously shows a little bit of your inventory, your land, layout, username down there, how many users are online. If you click on the number, it will show you who is online. You can go to other people's. Well, this is a profile, yeah. And since it is trick-or-treating time, I can trick-or-treat. I'm gonna get juice, really. Or Shuck Buddies. I should have found Shuck Buddies. Anyway. Energy is how much energy you have. Orbs are like the upgraded currency. They cost around $1, $1 US to buy. You have a breeding score, and that tells you how many kittens your cats have had on this account. You should only have one account. I'm not saying that this account as in your account. Your messages tell you how many private messages you have, and I have one right now. I believe I've gone over everything. Oh gosh, this is a long video. Oh, this is kind of important. This is where you change where your active cats are and your layout, and this is where you log out to. No, I believe that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a message, comment on my profile, whatever. ID 5907. So, thanks. Okay, I promised to make this really fast. I totally forgot. So, to add another marking to your cat, there's a bunch of items that add markings. And I know that I want to add the marking stained, or stains, to my cat. So first, I'm going to scroll up and click the cat that I want to mark, which is Bear. I'm going to scroll down to the item I'm going to use, which is a stained knife. I'm going to mark my active Feli, and I'm going to put it above the base. Okay, now I have my hex color typed in. I'm going to click Use Plant. I don't know why it says Plant. Say OK. And then it will go back to your possessions. And there you go.